Hello everybody, OCD Mikey, Hi-Fi Guy, and I'm back here again. I am going to go into a little something now that we're cooking with fire here. And I'm going to tell you, this is the kind of video that pisses people off, that pisses people in the industry off. That is why I have the following I do, because I give it to you straight. And it's also why I'm out with the Good Old Boy Network, which I really don't care about because it never served me anyways, because I don't like playing the game. So if I wanted to put on my little cardigan sweater and get all nerdy and behave myself, I could be part of that group, but not for me, okay? I'm about you guys, the people. And here is why. And I'm going to tell you this now, which is going to piss a ton of people off, but I don't care, okay? Vinyl is a farce, okay? Now, let me start by putting it in pretty simple to understand terms and to divide this down the middle, okay? There's vinyl for the purpose of collecting records and going record shopping and as a pastime, because it's actually fun to go record shopping, flip through records, find some cool records, bring them home and play them on your record player. Now, I'm talking about stuff that you find at the record store that's not audiophile stuff, okay? I'm talking about $3 records, $5 records, $15 records, whatever. Not these holier than thou, ultimate pressing, super audiophile, things like that, okay? So I would stand for vinyl as a way for nostalgia, so for a way to remember when you were a kid, for a way to have a fun pastime with your girlfriend or your buddies, and let's go record hunting. And you go and see what kind of cool stuff you can find in the $3 bin or at the Goodwill, and stuff you've never even seen, and you bring it back and you throw it on like a Riga or whatever, just something simple, right? Some simple record player with a simple, and I call it record player, right? Because that's how I would look at it, okay? Once you get into turntable, cartridge, arm, all that kind of stuff, now we're actually trying to take it as a superior type of audio quality, which I think is an illusion, okay? And I think it's an illusion in order to keep people buying that stuff, which is completely antiquated. It's archaic, okay? It's cool. Yeah, it's cool, okay? But it's archaic, and it has no real validity in terms of when you compare it to the original master, which was not vinyl. So I'm gonna try and stay in my same lane here and not go off on tangents. So we have record players and record shopping for fun and nostalgia. A-okay, cool, fun, do it. Don't spend much money on it. Get a $1,500 complete, what is it, is it the Riga ones that are all put together and like come with the cartridge, the stylus, the whole thing, you know, and they're like, I think that's the brand. And I can't even remember because I don't pay attention to this stuff. But you can get the whole setup for $1,500 and then buy records and bring them home and have fun and just find neat stuff. Okay. Now, if you're trying to take it serious, okay, and you're gonna spend some money, first of all, let me tell you, it's the most expensive part of the hobby. By far, for sure, is the vinyl area. Okay, and it's really kind of ridiculous. When you think back to the original source material, it was either tape or it's digital, okay? Think about that. You don't record to vinyl, okay? I'll make a small caveat. In very, 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 very rare times do you actually have a band sit and do a single take and record straight to a lacquer master off the lathe, okay? Some bands have done that. They get one take. It's rarely done. In fact, it's done so little that it's not even a factor here. Okay? So your vinyl comes from tape or digital, period. If you're all about vinyl, that probably means you're all about analog. Okay, so we can take your digital source and negate it, because we've got DACs that will play back your original digital file better than putting it onto a record. Now, if you're going to sit here and have the argument with me that if you play back a digital file, and then if you put it on vinyl and play it back on vinyl after making it from digital, that it sounds better, you're cracked, okay? If you... Word from the heavens. Music will always sound its best when played back in its original recorded format. You enjoy it better? That's something different, okay? If you think sounds better, how can it sound better than the original? Nothing can sound better than the original, because you're just adding stuff. If you add the whole needle dragging through the record, through the groove, all that friction, all that stuff, you're adding noise to it. If you prefer the noise, if you prefer the snap, crackle, pop, the sound that goes along with that, sure, you can ultrasonically clean your thing and do all that work to try and not get any clicks and pops, but you're still going to get them here and there, and you can never get rid of that completely. The bottom line is, your vinyl comes from master tape. So why wouldn't you listen to master tape if you're such a purist, okay? If you're so hell-bent on being analog, then records have no place in that, because you're going to want to be the purest you possibly can. You're going to want to listen to it in the original way it was recorded, which is by tape. Okay? So if we're really going to get into this vinyl argument, or into this analog argument, vinyl has no place in the analog argument. Tape is the one. Tape is the master, then tape should be the playback, okay? Because you're not converting it, you're not dumbing it down to put it on vinyl, changing the mix, doing all the crap, changing the arrangement so it'll work on your biscuit, whatever. It doesn't make any sense. You can't get any better than the original. So there is no argument for vinyl. Vinyl was created so the record labels can profit by selling you this piece of plastic that they send out and they mass reproduce, so every Tom, Dick, and Harry can get the same damn repetitive thing. Like, I can, as a record label, I can sell you one, then everybody has to have one to listen to it at home. That's antiquated. Right now, you make one digital file and you put it on Tidal, and people, you spend $15 and you get 10 million albums that you can access. So it's much better than having your own records, because it's limitless, and your record collection is not. And your record collection is hindered by the pressings and how many times it's been played and all this other crap that the files are not. So for fun's sake, yeah, vinyl's fun. It's cool. It's totally old school. If you think like having this big record collection is like something impressive, it shows you're a dinosaur, is what it shows. It's kind of cool, yeah, whatever. It is neat. It's like, whatever. It's another thing of stuff that you can have, but it doesn't make sense, okay? I'd much rather have that many pieces of silver or that many pieces of gold. If I'm going to archive and hang on to something that just sits there, I'd rather have precious metal. I don't want plastic, okay, and paper. It's kind of cool for its historical aspect. I get that. But if we're going to talk about sound quality, man, you're going to drive yourself down the rabbit hole spending so much money trying to get that record to sound like the master tape. When you can get a master tape machine, that thing cost me $2,800, okay? The tapes, what are they, $300 a piece? Kick the living shit out of any vinyl rig, okay? Just listen to tape. Try it, okay? There's no contest. It's the original. It's the original, okay? So What I'm trying to point out here is how there are certain pieces of this audio chain that are being pushed on you as important. One is a turntable, an expensive cartridge, an expensive arm, a huge stack platter that's chrome and gold, and all this just huge ultrasonic cleaners and all this crap that goes along with the vinyl thing. So you can get up and stand up every 10 minutes, go over there, take the thing up, flip it, destat it, do whatever, brush it down, put the thing back down. Monkey in a cage, okay? Monkey in a cage, spend a ton of money for something that is a copy of this, that is a lossy copy of tape, okay? You are being hand shoveled a shit sandwich that you need vinyl to really be the cool guy on the block and to have the best sounding thing, okay? I know you're going to hate me for this, okay? I'm telling you truth, and truth hurts. You spent a lot of money on your vinyl. You spent so many years collecting it. It's over, okay? You don't need it. It's antiquated. It's old. It costs too much. It takes too much time. It's a pain in the ass. It's heavy, and it takes up too much room. Okay, you can put one of these DACs there where you can plug an Ethernet into the back. I can pay $15 a month and I have access to 1 million albums at any given time, and I can sit in my chair and I want to stop and listen to the next tune. I can flip my finger and I can listen to the next tune. I can flip that album, get rid of it, and listen to the next one, and it's in master quality. If you have a good DAC and you have a good streaming service, and I'm about ready. I haven't even gone across streamers. Streamers is another thing. I'm talking about vinyl right now. But let's bring it in. We'll make this about all the extraneous bullshit that you don't need. We can include preamps in there too. What you guys don't understand is what is now and what is going to be the future. But the ones that are ahead of the curve, such as myself, understand that a DAC with a kick-ass volume control with a streamer inside is the ticket, period. That is the source, okay? You can't beat that. You can't contend with it. You get an MPD-8 with the streamer inside, the MPS-8 with the streamer inside. Good luck beating that for, what is it, 27 grand. That kills, that's the whole, okay, for 27K, that's a whole turntable, it's a whole preamp, it's a streamer, all together. 3. You can spend 25 grand on a streamer. That's the most ridiculous thing in the world for you guys out there to spend 25K on a streamer and then to spend 50K on a turntable and then to spend 25K on a preamp. That's absolutely ridiculous. You can put it all into one MPD-8 and I will rival any of your triple stacks of your outboard components. This is why I piss you off, because I speak the ugly truth about this. You don't need to spend the money, and spending all that money, if people think it's cool, there are other people that are under the ether of the industry that teaches you that you need to spend all this money and have all this crap in your room in order to get good sound, which you don't, okay? If you want to, all the power to you, go ahead. But if you think that's what it takes to get good sound, you're absolutely wrong. If you think you need to spend $100,000, $200,000 to get the best sound in the world, you do not, okay? You absolutely do not. You don't. After a certain point, it becomes about look, it becomes about bragging rights, it becomes about sculpture, it becomes about showing off, it becomes about something completely different that is not quality music. It's way beyond that. It's way other stuff. I'm not making that wrong. Okay, so we're clear. I'm just pointing it out so you know that you don't need that for the killer sound. That's something completely different. There's nothing wrong with jewelry. Some people like big gaudy watches. Okay, I can't stand them. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Some people like big Rolls Royces, big gaudy cars. I don't like those either. It doesn't matter. To each his own. Some people like the stereo systems with all the boxes everywhere and the big, humongous things that just are all shiny and blinky and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm trying to just let you know that none of that stuff is necessary. It's all just in your mind, and the industry is going to try and tell you you need a preamp, you should really have vinyl. Look, I could sell vinyl. If I really wanted to make a bunch of money, and that's why I was doing this, I would be selling vinyl. I would be selling turntables, I would be selling cartridges, I would be selling arms. And believe me, there's plenty of people that would love for me to sell their product. I do not sell any of it because I feel that I'm misleading my customer by telling them that vinyl's great, okay? It's not. It's not. A kick-ass DAC with a killer streamer is what's great. And the DACs now, some of them come with kick-ass streamers inside, and trust me, there's nobody that would have one that I put in their rig that they would say this is not great. And you will see in the upcoming month or so, you will start to see, I'm going to change this rig, okay? And I'm doing it for you guys. I'm happy with what I have here, okay? But I can't reproduce and sell what I have here. So I will be turning this into a something where I will have rigs that I can sell you, turnkey rigs that are 100% soup to nuts, the whole rig. They'll be guaranteed. And they're not going to have vinyl, and they're not going to have preamps, okay? I'm sorry. I know some great companies that make preamps. I do sell preamps. The preamp that I have right over here behind me is one that I sell. It's from Nat Audio. Nat Audio, I think, makes the best preamps. So I sell one preamp. It's Nat Audio. It's a balanced preamp. The other ones are single-ended. The one I have here is a completely balanced from front to back. I won't go into, that's a whole different, okay, I'm not even going to mention that. So what I want to make you aware of, and this is the purpose of this video, is to make you aware of the farce that is vinyl is the best thing for you to have, that you need it, that is you need to have a preamp and all that stuff. That's not it. I'm making the case right here, right now, to tell you the future, it's already here, but only a few very astute people get it. It's the DAC with the onboard streamer with the world-class volume control on there. You can put those three together, it's an unbeatable front-end source, and vinyl can't beat it, okay? So go ahead, hate me all you want, get pissed off, get angry because you own all this stuff or you really want to own it to show off or whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter. That's not what I'm here for, okay? I'm here to cut through the BS and get to the core of the why we do this, which is the music, for me and for my clients, okay? Other people may do this for other reasons completely. I could go on and on about my speculation of other reasons why people would want that the show off vinyl rig, you know, but it's not necessary. Vinyl, if it were to be part of my life, would be something that would be completely for fun. Buy some records, go shopping, buy records, come back, spend a lot of time flipping those things and cleaning them and all that stuff. I'm not interested. I've got master tape that can take up my time, and I don't even use my master tape. Dude, and I've got some of the most amazing tapes. I archive them to DSD times 4. I record them to DSD times 4, and I play them back on my digital rig. That's what I do. I do exactly what MoFi does. I record the shit to digital, quad DSD, and that's how I listen back. I don't press it to vinyl and then listen back. I listen to it back straight the way I recorded it, quad DSD, off master tape. Why would I press it to vinyl and then listen to it on vinyl? I would just record it to quad DSD and listen to it in quad DSD. Why press it to vinyl and listen to it on vinyl? Are you sort of catching my drift? This whole vinyl thing is bullshit, okay? As far as that you need it for good sound, okay? It's not bullshit for nostalgia and having fun with it, then that's great. But if you think you need to have a vinyl rig to have the best sound, you're misled, okay? You do not. And the best sound is not at vinyl. The best sound is master tape. And then if you're smart, you record your master tapes to 4 times DSD, and you archive them that way, and then you listen to them that way. And I will tell you one thing. This MPD8 that I listen to, I can hardly tell the difference between streaming from Tidal and between playing back one of my master tapes recorded at quad DSD. So all this crap about you need MQA, you need all this stuff, it's hype, dudes. You have to understand it's hype so that people can stay getting rich, okay? Another reason why people get pissed when I say this is because it threatens their money stream, okay? Because people are waking up that you don't need vinyl, you don't need the vinyl rig. If you lose all that, man, many people would not make a ton of money, okay? So that's why you're going to hear smack talked about videos like this, is because it's the hard, cold, brutal truth. Be it what it is. I work for myself. Nobody pays me. I call the shots here. I talk it like it is. I don't put a filter on my mouth. I tell you guys the honest truth, okay? So for whatever it's worth. See you.